Imagine your child goes missing, gone for years, no answers, no closure. And then one day, you get the call. They found him. He's alive. But when you finally see him again, his hair is darker, his eyes look different, he has a foreign accent, and something just feels off. And instead of questioning it, you accept him. Tonight, we're going to be talking about one of the most insane identity deception cases. The story of Frederic Bourdin, the man who convinced a family he was their missing son.
Automatically do not like that. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sisters of the Strange. I'm Landrey.
And I'm Shae.
And I don't want to do this story.
It's really interesting.
Not when you're pregnant with a boy. Like, not when you're pregnant with a child. That's a boy.
It's fine.
My kid is never leaving my sight, so.
It's a very, very interesting story.
It sounds a lot like, man, I can't think of his name. I was going to do a short story about it one day.
Oh, yeah.
I can't think of his name. Sounds like we're going down a path like that. But before we get too far into it, I don't know if you have anything, but I did want to say just thoughts, warm wishes. We have been surrounded by Texas tornadoes. I saw a post this morning that said we haven't had tornadoes all year, and in the last week there was 9 that touched ground in Texas. So one of them did hit Shae's mom's house. She's safe, but it did affect her home and her livability in it at this moment.
Correct.
And then another one 2 days later hit Mineral Wells, and it actually got classified as an E3.
EF3.
The one that hit her mom's house was a 1, which still is horrible that it happened at all. But just warm wishes, thoughts.
To our communities and surrounding communities. Springtown, Mineral Wells. We talk a lot about Mineral Wells.
Yeah. That's what I would say. We share a lot of stories and ghost stories. And I think their downtown core is okay. I think it hit the east side of town, which in my opinion is the least populated side of town, so it's like, it's still horrible that it happened at all, but maybe better that that's the side of town it hit, but still horrible. And there's a lot of, I don't think I've seen anything death wise.
Not in Mineral Wells.
Hospitalizations.
Yeah.
But just wanted to put it out there. So if y'all want to have any warm thoughts, wishes, prayers for anybody out there, send them
this way because they'll be appreciated.
Yeah.
We're struggling over here.
It's been a weird, Shae hasn't had Wi-Fi all week. She was close enough to the storm where that hit her mom where you lost power.
Yeah. For a while.
Didn't have Wi-Fi.
Till yesterday.
I had texted them being like, are y'all surviving? Like, LOL, because I know that Shae hates storms. And I didn't know the storm was that bad. And then when Shae responded and was like, yeah, there was a tornado and it hit mom's house, I was like, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. How insensitive of me. I had no idea that it was that bad.
Yeah.
But it was like I was in town, but I was driving and I looked to the left and it was consistent lightning show. Like never stopped. Oh yeah,
the lightning was crazy.
Never stopped. And so I was like, wow, I should probably check the weather that way.
Yeah, it was bad.
And it still didn't really show anything like the weather app didn't show anything while I was driving. So it took till I got home and then you responded and then I started looking stuff up and I was like, I am so sorry. I even texted your mom. I am so sorry. That's how I responded. Like I was totally messing with y'all.
I didn't know.
I did not know it was that bad.
Yeah.
And then I didn't go to sleep till like 2 a.m. because after that I was like, my grandmother lives out here.
Yeah.
And so I was checking on people and then I felt like I should leave my house and go help. Like I was like, what can I do?
Yeah, what do we do? Yeah, we were just here in the dark. It was terrible. It was not a good time this weekend.
But I like offered my house to so many people. I was like, I hope none of them actually all say yes at the same time.
Come stay with me.
Well, I'm just like, I have like an extra king bed. There's plenty of room for air mattresses. So I was like, if you need to come here, come here.
Yeah.
Because my friend that lives down the road, she still didn't get power till yesterday.
Yeah. It's been wild, man. It's been a wild weekend here in Northeast Weatherford.
Cool Texas.
Yeah.
It's been crazy pants for sure. So just wanted to put that out there.
Absolutely crazy pants. I was going to say something else and now I don't remember what it was. Oh, about the news?
Oh.
Don't watch the news anymore.
Yeah.
Because the weather on the news is not accurate at all. Landry and I started watching this live stream guy on YouTube for a while now.
I watched him especially last year because the storms last year were coming to me.
Yeah.
This year they're coming to you.
Yeah, and that's when I think I started watching it was last year.
Yeah.
But his name is Max Velocity, and he's on YouTube and Facebook. He's incredible. And he live streams through all the storms. I don't know if he does just North Texas, but I think
No,
he does all over.
I was
wherever
watching
there's
him-
severe weather.
Yeah, I'm like, I was watching him like not yesterday, the day before that when there was no severe weather here because it was like severe weather Saturday and then there was none until Tuesday.
Yeah.
And so I was watching him on like Monday and he was like in Kansas and
Okay.
Tennessee.
That's what I
He
thought.
started North Texas and then he was literally talking about how his channel was North Texas and then it expanded.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah, I definitely.
If you need to stay weather aware and watch for severe weather in your area, I would highly recommend.
Yeah, I recommend him as well because there was on Tuesday when the weather was hitting and it hit Mineral Wells and then it was supposed to basically come straight to me. And I was watching him, had no fear that it was coming to me because he was keeping it all updated and was very good about being like, I'll let you know if anything drops, but it's picked up and everything like that. But all of the people around me, like two of my aunts texted me, my mom texted me, my niece texted me. They were all like, are you okay? And I was like, I don't know what weather channel y'all are watching. That's telling you I'm in danger, but I'm fine.
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
Max says I'm okay.
Max says I'm okay. And honestly, like I had like 5 minutes of weirdness and that was it.
Yeah.
So I do recommend him as well.
Our dear close personal friend Max.
Yeah, our bestie.
Go follow him. But anyways, I don't think there's anything else.
No, I just wanted to.
Yeah,
shout
yeah,
them out.
absolutely, for sure. I completely forgot.
Yeah.
My brain is not braining.
No, it's not.
It's kicking in.
Right.
Kicking in. All right, are you ready to hear about this? I know
I
you're
am.
not.
I am with hesitation. A little nervy, but it'll be fine.
All righty. So, we're going to go back in time a little bit to 1994 in the close town of San Antonio, Texas. We love a local story.
Yeah.
It's not local at all. This
4
Texas
hours
is so
away.
big. This is the disappearance of 13-year-old Nicholas Barclay. So he's 13 years old. He goes missing. He lives at home with his mom, his older sister, and I think grandparents. They live in, I wouldn't say like a bad area, but they're not, they're not in the suburbs,
Yeah.
I guess I would say, of San Antonio. And this is back in the early mid-90s. Things are different then. He goes out to play basketball with some friends down the street. He gets some money from his brother-in-law and he's like, yeah, here's $5 for like some waters or whatever, snacks.
Mm-hmm.
Go down the street and play basketball with your friends. So he's like out all day. They told him that he needed to come back before dark because that's always the rules. Come back before dark, come back when the streetlights come on, whatever it may be, right? And he's a decent age, 13, to like follow the rules as you should, but also take care of yourself maybe if something were to go wrong. You know what the difference between right and wrong, right? And he goes out to hang out with his friends. It gets to be dark. He calls the house and his brother answers the phone, older brother or uncle, one of the two. Big family home. Mom is asleep because she works during the nighttime. She works late hours, so she sleeps a lot during the day. And so she's still not awake yet. So when he calls for a ride home, his older brother is like, well, mom's still asleep. Like, just hang on. Like, I don't want to wake mom up. You're going to have to walk home.
Oh.
So Nicholas, unfortunately, does not come home that night. And that was the last that anybody had heard of him.
Yeah.
And when you hear the mom tell the story, it's really sad because it's like, I was asleep and he didn't want to wake me up. Had he have just woken me up, my little boy would probably be home and none of this would have ever happened. Right?
Yeah.
Crazy. So Nicholas leaves home one day. He doesn't come back. There's no real solid leads. There's no real evidence of what happened to him. He's just gone. One of those types of stories. And we all know how these go. Time passes. The hope of the family fades. The law enforcement searches fade. And the families are kind of just in this limbo of like not knowing and questioning, where is my kid and why does nobody look? Nicholas's family searched, waited, held on to hope. Years go by, nothing changes. There's no answers. They cannot find him anywhere.
Ugh.
Now, they never gave up on him.
Yeah.
But it was just, at this point, it's like, okay, well, he's either dead or we're never going to find him.
Yeah.
Type story. One of those. There's only so many
options.
So many options at this point. Especially when we get to 1997, 3 years later. So 3 years from the initial disappearance of Nicholas, who's 13 years old. So he would be 15 years old, 16 years old now.
Yeah.
Right? Suddenly, there is a boy who is found in Spain.
Okay.
He is disoriented, he's traumatized, and he claims that he's been kidnapped and he's been trafficked across Europe. And they're like, okay, well, we don't know who you are. How do we know who you are? He has no ID, he has no papers, he has nothing. And they believe that he's 15, 16 years old. And when they get the initial call that they find this boy, I'm not convinced that it wasn't him who made the phone call. But it sounds like a couple calls the police in Spain and they're like, hi, my wife and I are here as tourists. We found this boy. He says he's lost. He's not really saying anything. I don't know his name. Like, he's scared. We offered him something to eat. He doesn't want any food. You should come get him.
Yeah. Help.
Right. So they did the right thing. And so the police come and they pick up this boy. And he's got like a hat on and he's wearing it like super low so you can't really see his eyes. He's wearing a big coat, all like gloves, all these articles of clothing so you can't really see him, right? And they cannot get him to say who he is. So because they don't know who he is or who he belongs to or where he belongs, they put him in a children's home. And he stays there for a little while.
It's giving orphan.
Yes. 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 So when they finally get to the point where he starts to say a name, he tells them that he is Nicholas Barclay. And I was thinking, and you're probably thinking, huh?
Uh-huh.
How? You're in Spain. But how do you just pull that name out of your ass?
I have been doing research on the Finders, which is this like CIA child sex trafficking ring that's been hidden all across the world. So my brain is immediately like, guys, part of the Finders.
It's very creepy. It's very, very creepy.
Because it does sound like, how could this be a thing?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm thinking about this that I'm doing research on, and I'm like, that's how it could be a thing. Ah.
So.
But still crazy, because now you can't get anywhere without a passport.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're CIA,
you can go wherever you want. Wherever you want. So, again, we're thinking, how in the hell does Nicholas Barclay turn up in Spain? Who knows? Lots of questions. The authorities take it very seriously.
Good.
And they're like, okay. They contact the family in Texas. And just imagine for a moment that you're that family and you get that phone call. Hey, we found your son 3 years later in Spain. He's here. We think.
Maybe.
You should probably come get him.
I'd be like, what's the family dog's name?
Right. Ask him a lot of
Ask
these
him some serious questions.
So I was going to tell this story a little differently, but I watched this documentary as well called The Imposter. Very good. You should watch it. About this story. So this guy who's claiming that he is Nicholas Barclay is basically a serial imposter. And this is what he does.
Great. That's safe.
This man is from France. He's got a French accent. He's not from Spain. He is not 15 years old.
Wouldn't imagine so.
I think at this time, whenever he's pretending to be Nicholas Barclay, he's 23.
So it is Orphan. It is like Orphan.
It is like Orphan, kind of. But he's pretending to be this person that he's not completely, like a real human being.
Yeah.
And he gets taken to this child's home, and he's like, hell yeah, this is what I wanted, a place to stay, to have food, to be taken care of, to be loved, all this stuff. And he starts going to school. Well, the school's like, who are you?
Stefan Salvatore.
We still don't know who you are. We don't have any like ID for you or anything. Why will you not tell us? Like, we can't do anything for you unless you tell us. We're going to have to fingerprint you. We're going to have to photograph you and like, you know, put you in. He's in this documentary and he's telling the story and he's like, I couldn't let that happen. I could not let that happen. And this is before he claims that he's Nicholas.
Oh.
Okay. This is how he gets to the point where he decides that he's going to be Nicholas. And I just feel like it's very important to tell. So that's why I'm telling it differently than I originally was going to tell it. Anyways, so they're at the school and the people are like, we got to figure out who you are. We're about to fingerprint you, DNA test you, all the things. And he's like, I can't. And internally, he's like, I can't let that happen. So he's like, well, I'm an American. I'm from America. I ran away from home. I know my family. I can contact them. Just give me some time. Let me contact them. And then I will talk to you guys some more. And they're like, okay. He's like, just leave me here tonight and let me have access to the office for the phone. And I will call my family. Because in America, it's a different time.
Yeah.
It's a different time zone. He's like, so they're not even awake right now. Smart. So they're like, okay, whatever. So he stays in the office and he's thinking to himself, okay, nobody can hear me in here. There's nobody here. I can pretend to be whoever I want to be on the phone to figure this out and see how I can get myself out of this.
Uh-huh.
So he starts calling police stations in New York, LA, or California, Texas. Like, he's calling police stations all over the place, and he's acting as a police officer in Spain and says, I have this missing American boy. You know, do you guys have any information on anything this, you know, time frame, whatever? And they're all like, well, we can't really just like give you that information because they're active investigations, but we can give you the phone number for the missing and endangered children's hotline. So he gets a hold of them and gives them this vague description. And she's like, it might match this kid who just so happens to be Nicholas Barclay. And he says, okay, can you send me a fax of a picture of him so I can see if it's him? Because he's pretending that he has this boy right here with him the whole time.
Yeah.
So he receives a fax and he looks at the picture and he's like, okay, this is me now.
I can do that.
Sure.
What the hell?
And so that's when he decides to tell them that he's Nicholas Barclay.
Bro, that is some serious... Get a job.
Yeah.
You're smart.
Crazy.
Go to work.
Go get a job.
Genuinely. That's some brain power and dedication. Have you seen all those in like the catfish, like catfishing people when they catfish and they're like, if you just put the same effort into just like
what you
working,
do here. Yeah.
you'd be really well off.
Yeah.
You'd be doing great.
You'd be great for yourself. This guy, when you look him up on Wikipedia, his occupation, serial imposter.
What a good title.
So now we're a little bit more up to speed.
Blown away.
Frederic Bourdin is pretending to be Nicholas Barclay.
Okay.
Who is a 15-year-old missing boy from America.
In
Frederic
Spain.
is from France and
Very smart.
and 23 years old.
And very smart.
Yes. So once they figure out that they have this name, they're able to obviously search this name and see, oh, this boy is missing and has been missing for 3 years now. Let's call his family. Let's reunite the family. So they call the family, and the family's like, holy shit.
Hell yeah.
We're on our way. So mom can't handle it because she's older. So the older sister goes, and she's just so excited. She's nervous, but she's like, I cannot wait to see my baby brother. They were all very close.
Yeah.
Mind you, Nicholas is a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, fair-skinned little boy.
That's not France.
Has dark hair, brown eyes, and not so fair skin.
Yeah,
He's got a little bit more olive skin. Yeah. But family's on the way. And
he better figure that out right now.
They tell him, your family's on their way to come and get you. We're going to get you safe. So he tries to run away. Because he's like, shit, I'm not this kid. There's no way that I can pass as this kid.
I really wanted to happen.
He didn't think that it was going to happen. So he tries to run away. They catch him. He doesn't get very far for very long. And they're like, oh, you're Nicholas Barclay. And he's like, yep, that's me. But they're like, this kid doesn't talk a lot. He doesn't say much. Well, yeah, because he's not an American.
Yeah.
He's pretending to be American and he's not. And he does not have, he sounds French.
This is insane to me.
It's so crazy.
If you ever called me and you were like, hey, by the way, Mac is in France right now. That's who he is now.
Mm-hmm.
Family dog.
But
family dog name. Get questions over the phone. Give me answers.
Mother's maiden name. All these things.
Immediately.
But they don't do that. They're just like, this is the kid. Let's get him reunited with the family. But then when the family gets there, when the sister gets there, that's when they decide, okay, we need to do some legality safety here. Like
after she flew
to
15
Spain
hours
from San Antonio. Yeah. From Texas.
Yeah.
So she's emotional. She's overwhelmed. Like, obviously, she's so excited to see him. And she gets there. She brings all these family photos. And Nicholas, not Nicholas, he has dyed his hair as blonde as he can. He's wearing a cap down over his eyes because he does not have blue eyes. He's got all of his big clothes on. Sweet little 13-year-old Nicholas had some tattoos on his hands. He had like small little like stick and poke tattoo type things. He had like an X, he had like a J, and he had like a T or something. He goes and gets these tattoos to just really sell it because he's like, and now I'm too deep.
Could have bailed out a long time ago, my guy.
He's too deep, so he just can't turn back now. So he gets all this stuff done. And he's convincing himself that he can convince the family that things have changed because he's grown up. He's been through hell and back. He's been trafficked. He's been kidnapped. He's been abused, neglected, all these things for the last 3 years, that things are going to be different. So he's like, I've got this. I can do this. If I can convince myself, I can convince anybody.
Jeez.
So sister shows up. She's got all these family photos. She hugs him. She's so excited to see him. She's kissing him. She's like touching his face. She just like misses him so much. And she's like, I remember seeing him and seeing his nose. Not the same nose. Immediately no. But she's like, I remember seeing it and telling him that he looks so much like his Uncle Pat now, like now that he's grown up. And like, she remembers like specifically like touching his nose and being like, you just look so much like your uncle, you know.
Yeah.
Crazy. She's so convinced immediately. But imagine you've missed your kid or your little brother for so long.
Yeah, you just convince yourself.
That's him. Like, I don't know if I could do that.
I'm way too skeptical about everything.
If I was missing you for 3 years,
I would still know that.
I would know.
I would still know that you're Shae or not.
Right.
Or I'd do some weird shit and see what you did back. And if you did it back, then yeah, that's you.
That's you, girl.
And if not,
then we got some talking to do.
I'm leaving.
So they sit down, they're catching up. She's showing him all these photos, and she recalls that he was telling her things like, oh my God, so-and-so's so grown up. Oh my God, mom looks the same. Did she gain some weight? Like, she said she was asking questions like, is grandpa still an asshole? Is grandma still this? And blah, blah, blah. And like, she was acting like it was so normal. Like, it was like he just fit right in.
What kind of research?
She had no idea. He didn't have much to go off of other than the missing child's poster.
Jeez. He knows a lot.
Yeah. Isn't that creepy?
To be asking all the right questions?
Yes.
For sure.
And saying all the right things?
Yeah.
Weird. But he was. So as I mentioned prior, this boy, this grown man, has a thick French accent, has dark hair. Nicholas was blonde, like blonde-haired, blue eyes. Frederic has brown eyes. Frederic! And his facial structures are not the same.
Yeah.
Not like subtly different.
Different.
Obvious differences. Not, oh, he just grew up a little bit. It was, who is this man? Who is this man? This is not a 16-year-old boy. And instead of them taking a moment, because God bless them.
Yeah.
They're
just excited.
They're traumatized and excited too. They just accept him immediately. And they're like, this is him. This is
You're
Nicholas.
coming home with me.
You're coming home with me. Like, be so for real.
Uh-uh.
Be so for real right now.
I know I'd be extremely excited, but I'd also be so skeptical.
I'm going to show you.
No. Instantly no.
Be so for real.
Like 100% immediately. No.
Look at the nose.
Yeah, he kind of had like, I'm not going to say pig nose, but he had like an upper.
It stuck up a little more.
Like you can see where his little nostrils are from it.
This guy's nose looks like Squidward.
Yeah, it's down. Lips aren't the same. Ears aren't the same. Nothing's the same. Nothing's the same.
They don't have a singular facial feature in common.
No. What? How did the family do that?
Oh my God. Bless their sweet little hearts.
Poor family though. They're just they're just excited, but good night. I'd be like, no, wrong.
So yeah, so this man who is not Nicholas Barclay is Frederic Bourdin, and he was a mid-20-year-old grown man who had a habit of impersonating missing children. This was not the first time that he did this.
Bro, what an asshole.
Right. Terrible. It says that he would literally study cases, learn details, and insert himself into families, and he was good at it. Disturbingly good at it. Frederic Pierre Bourdin was born June 13th, 1974. He is known as a French serial imposter. Literally, on Wikipedia, his occupation is serial imposter from 1990 to 2007.
2007?
The press nicknamed him the Chameleon.
He continued on after this?
Mm-hmm. He began his impersonations as a child and claims to have assumed at least 500 false identities, 3 of them being teenage missing people.
That's just jacked up. Like, I understand he's like, I just want love and family and comfort and all of these things he's probably never had.
Correct.
But brother, you're impersonating children that are probably not alive.
Mm-hmm. That's so messed up.
That's really messed up.
Yeah.
Did they ever find the real?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that poor family.
Mm-hmm.
makes my belly upset.
Yeah, that's a little bit terrible.
Yeah.
And so you would think, again, when you were asking about like the legalities and things, like asking them personal questions about family, when the authorities were asking him like questions that they should have been asking, like his inconsistencies, like where'd your accent come from? Why do you look so different? You know, why are you acting this way? Because Nicholas did not act this way. He had an answer for everything.
Dyeing your hair.
For the accent, yeah, he said that he was trafficked overseas, so he picked up an accent, which, okay. His appearance changes. He was in a ring. He was altered. Like his appearances were altered because of that. And his behavior, just his regular behavior, was because of the trauma that he had been through.
Show me where you've been trafficked. Where'd you escape from?
Yeah. Give me some answers there. But it worked. They didn't question it after that.
How'd you get across the ocean?
They didn't question it after that.
Be better. Because I got a lot. If you were trafficked, how'd you get across the ocean? Cargo ship? What'd you do? We were on a plane? Did you get a fake passport?
Right. How did you
What'd
get here?
you do? How?
Were you smuggled? Tell me about it.
And even the way that you were smuggled, how did you get here? I was blindfolded. Okay, did you hear a boat? Did you hear a plane?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Give me something.
But you also would have to think, like, if he wasn't giving you that much information.
Yeah, they're probably like, oh, he's just in trauma.
Yeah.
Shock.
It's a trauma response.
That's fair.
There's not much you can really do about that.
No. Because then you are just assuming, like, it's a trauma.
So he goes back to live with the family. He goes back to Texas with the sister.
Until 2007?
Lives
is that
in their
when
home,
it ends?
sleeps in their home, acts as their son, goes to school, hangs out with neighbors, blends in.
He looks like a grown man.
For months, until multiple people were like, something's off here, but no one really like stopped it. But a lot of people were starting to think, something's wrong.
Yes, doesn't match.
There was a private investigator and an FBI agent that were like, yeah, no. They were comparing photos, looking at ear shapes, eye spacing, facial structures. And they were like, this is not the same person. Not even close.
Can't make a blue eye suddenly a brown eye.
No.
I think you can tattoo them, but still.
That sounds like a terrible idea. So, let's see. So Frederic, I keep wanting to call him Francois. I don't know why. Frederic.
I thought you said he wants to be called Francois.
No,
I was like,
You're like, why?
Why?
He lived with the family for almost 5 months until March 6th of 1998.
That's a long damn time.
Yeah. In late 1997, a local private investigator grew suspicious while he was working with a TV crew that had been filming the family. Because, of course, reuniting the family back together, perfect reality TV.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't be better. The investigator compared a photo of Bourdin's ears to Nicholas's ears and discovered that they did not match. And in February of 1998, the FBI obtained a court order to take the young man's fingerprints and DNA, which were later identified as belonging to Frederic Bourdin. So in September of 1998, Bourdin pleaded guilty to passport fraud and perjury in San Antonio federal court. He was imprisoned for 6 years, more than twice as long as the recommended sentencing guidelines. So he did get double the sentence.
That's
6
good.
years, still not that long of a time.
No.
When Bourdin was returned to France from the United States in 2003, he moved to Grenoble and assumed the identity of Leo Bali, a 14-year-old French boy who had been missing since 1996.
Why didn't he stop?
Until DNA testing proved that he was not Bali. In August 2004, he was in Spain. Remind you, he's aging. He's getting older.
He looks like a grown-ass man in the
He
picture
already
you showed
looks like
me.
a grown-ass man. Because he is.
Yes.
But in August of 2004, he was in Spain, claiming to be an adolescent named Ruben Sanchez Espinoza, whose mother had been killed in the Madrid bomb attacks. And when the police found out the truth, they deported him back to France again.
Why doesn't he just, like, go to work?
He wants to be loved. He wants to be a child. I don't know.
Find a girlfriend.
He does, eventually.
Oh, good.
In June 2005, Bourdin passed himself off as Francisco Hernandez Fernandez, a 15-year-old Spanish orphan and spent a month in Collège Jean Monnet, a junior high school in Pau, France, and claimed that his parents had been killed in a car accident. He dressed as a teenager, adopted a proper walking style, covered his receding hairline with a baseball cap, and used lots of face creams to make himself look younger.
Okay. She's the man.
Yeah. On June 12th, an administrator from his school in 2005 unmasked him after seeing a television program about his exploits. He had been in and out of the news.
Yeah.
On September 16th, 2005, he was sentenced to 4 months in prison for possessing and using the previous false identity of Leo Bali. And according to interviews, Bourdin has been looking for love and affection and attention he never received as a child. And he has pretended to be an orphan several times. Clearly, very clearly.
I said she's the man because if y'all haven't seen that movie, it's an old movie. You should watch it.
Oh, it's incredible.
But just the way he's like completely changing his identity to be in a school is totally giving how she pretends to be her brother.
Oh, yeah.
Like covering it up, wig. She learned how to walk different, all of it.
Yeah. So good. That's such a good movie.
Oh, I love it.
He does eventually meet a woman in August 2007. A French woman named Isabelle after a year-long courtship. The couple resided in France with their 5 children. And on March 23rd, 2017, Bourdin had made a Facebook post stating that Isabelle had left him for another man, claiming that she had been unhappy for 10 years. Tisk tisk.
She probably was like, Leo, and he'd answer. Nicholas, and he answers. She's saying all these names, and he's like, yes, yes, my love.
That's me.
He's like, oh, we're in Split.
This is crazy. Let's see.
That's a master manipulator.
Oh, yeah. According to the Daily Mirror, Bourdin claimed in 2012 that he would never impersonate anyone again. And Bourdin was interviewed in 2008 by David Gran, a staff writer for The New Yorker. And that was after Isabelle gave birth to their first child. Bourdin connected Gran and told him that the child was a girl. Gran then asked if Bourdin became a new person now, then if he would still become a new person now that he was a father and a husband. To which he replied at that time, no, this is who I am.
Okay.
So that he would still continue to do it. But it gets a little bit weirder.
It's already weird.
When you think about when we talk about why did the family accept him? Why was the family so gung-ho that this was their child, even though it 100% was not?
Yeah.
So let's really think about it for a second, because seeing the photos, this was not a small misunderstanding or mistake.
No.
The hair was different. The eyes are different. The accent's different. Everything is different. I mean, it is a grown man compared to a young boy. And I'll put a photo up on the screen.
Yeah, especially if it's only supposed to be like a 2 to 3 year difference.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Well, not when he looked so young before.
Yeah, no.
But they still brought him home anyways. So some people argue, and some investigators believe, that the family knew this was not their child. But they accepted him anyways because, one, it was either easier than facing the truth of the death of their kid, or because they did or know of something bad that happened to Nicholas and they didn't want it to be uncovered.
So they did not cross my mind.
So they just played along with it.
That didn't cross my mind at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes. Hope not.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Is there any evidence that would lean towards that?
Well, I fell asleep. I fell asleep watching the rest of the documentary because it was earlier.
Yeah.
And I've just been a very sleepy girl. I heard them kind of talking about it on the, like, where I had left off.
Uh-huh.
But I'd have to go back and watch it. But I think there was some
cliffhanger.
There's some sketchiness going on somewhere in there.
Yeah. Ooh.
So
I'm interested to hear about that.
That would be
You're going to
interesting
have
to
to
know.
start our next episode with it. Because I do want to know that.
Yeah.
That's insane. No, just looking at the pictures, which everyone, I highly recommend. They'll be on our Instagram and stuff as well. Completely different people. Like, all of us have been around someone and watched them age, right?
Yeah.
Or you can look back at pictures and be like, oh, well, that's clearly still, even with like weight gain or weight loss, you're like, that's still the same basis of the same human.
Yeah.
Unless you look at Hollywood now.
Yeah, that's different.
It's going to pass.
That's different.
Because that's all scary now, too.
But yeah. I thought it was crazy. I thought the crazy thing for me was the way that he just like injected himself so easily.
Yeah.
And like the conversations about the family photos and stuff, that was weird to me.
Yeah.
Because when the sister talked about it, she like talked about it as if he was saying all the right things.
Yeah.
Like she wasn't questioning it.
You know what's so cool? No one would ever be able to do that to me and my family.
No. No.
And I'm not saying that because we're close knit. I'm saying that because my family is so cluster. I have so many siblings and so many parents and so many grandparents and aunts and uncles and cousins.
No.
You would not even be able to act it out into my family. Like you wouldn't be able to come into my family and be like, oh, so how's your dad? Which one? Which one?
Yeah. Ask me, give me a name.
Yeah. What's his real name? But it wouldn't work.
No. Yeah, that's true. That's a very good point.
Yeah. It wouldn't work for my family unless you were able to really do some research. But it would take a lot. Because even now when I explain my family tree to people, they're like,
it's so confusing. Yeah.
Do it again.
Yeah. One more time.
And I'm like, I think I'd need to write it down for you to ever understand it.
Yeah.
That's the part that is crazy to me. I'm like, how do you just...
Yeah. And how does everybody just like, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's why it's like, maybe they did know something.
Yeah.
I wish I wouldn't have fallen asleep.
Leaving us all on a cliffhanger.
Don't worry. I'll come back with the rest of it. It's been quite the week here, folks.
Yeah. It truly. But
yeah, you'll have to let us know what y'all think. If we believe that the family actually thought that it was Nicholas, or they were trying to not question it because they wanted to cover something up. Or if you know anything else about this case, please feel free.
Yeah, I'm very interested. I've never heard of this. There was another one that Bobby Dunbar. Bobby Dunbar?
Oh, yeah,
Bobby
yeah,
Dunbar.
that's the little boy.
Yeah, so I have like a short story I'd written that we were going to do TikTok short stories, and our time has just never opened up to do that. And so maybe that'll be more of a Patreon thing one day. Who knows? But there's a lot of cases and a lot of stories that are too short to cover like in one episode. And one of them was Bobby Dunbar. And it was this little boy who went missing. And all of a sudden there was this whole thing. And like a year later or whatever, he was found again. But he actually did look enough like Bobby Dunbar to pass. And like the age was,
yeah, that one's a little bit closer.
It worked until DNA. But they didn't do DNA until like after he had passed away. And it was DNA being compared from like his daughter he had to like his original set of parents. And they realized it was never actually him.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a crazy one.
I can't imagine that. I know it happens. It certainly happens. There's a lot of things that happen that you're like, that's never going to happen. I'm never going to do that as a parent. But the way that we do these podcasts right now, when my baby is out of my body.
Yeah.
Like
helicopter.
even at the hospital. Nope, he's not leaving the room. You bring your stuff in here because
yeah,
that's my baby.
You ain't losing my baby.
No, it just freaks me out. Yeah, you don't know. Things happen all the time. And I'm just going to be so weird about it.
As you should be.
But I don't want to be so weird that my kid's like, I've never seen the public before.
I live in a bubble.
I don't know. That's scary to me.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, y'all definitely need to look at the pictures of that, though. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know how. His parents, I don't want to be like, yeah, they've got to be in on it. But there's something, because there's just.
Seems that there might be something. I'll have to go back and watch.
I know the excitement.
Yeah.
But you'd still be able to instantly be like, I feel, in my opinion, I would, if it was someone I'm very close to, like you, Murphy, Caden, my mom, Ella, Nash, like any of them, even someone I wasn't close to. Like super close to, like a cousin.
Yeah,
I would still be like, I don't think that's right.
Because, yeah, no.
Even just like looks alone.
Something was just amiss.
That's just crazy.
Something is
crazy
amiss.
Work.
Yeah. But that's all I have.
That was good. It was very interesting.
Thank you.
It's got my brain like.
We love a good one like that.
Makes me want to go home and watch it.
It's good. It's like an hour and a half.
That's long.
Yeah. So I fell asleep. If you guys have any stories of your own that you want to send them to us at sistersofthestrangepodcast@gmail.com. Ghost stories, weird stories, murder stories, anything you got. Recommendations. Make sure you follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. We post there. And join our Discord.
Yeah.
I think that's it. That's all I got.
Yep. I think that's it.
All right. We will see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.